Today I'm going to somewhat quickly do a flip through review of Sarah Richter's brand new Kuntergrau book. If you're familiar with her work, she sells her work on Etsy. She ships them directly from her. They are sort of great for, like, Halloween or Gothic style fantasy. If you're familiar with her work, great. If not, this is one of her older books, Dunklebunt. I do have her other book, so there were two previous ones, and this one is brand new. It does get shipped from overseas. I can't find my other one. I believe it's in storage with some of my other books. So since I'm sort of in the middle of, moving things around and trying to get new shelves and stuff. But so I thought I'd grab this and compare. I will flip through. I will first show you on Dunklebunt. This is my favorite, and this is one of the books that I said I'm going to complete the entire book of her work as one of my bucket list books. And I flipped through to there. So I do have to admit, this doesn't look grayscale, but it has a little that touch of grayscale. I did this one for Halloween last year. I'm a little concerned, and I'll tell you why when I get to the new book, but the paper is gorgeous on these. It's thick, it's heavy. She draws, at least the previous book, she draws all of her own artwork. Here's another one I did, which I love. But you see how this is line art with a little touch of gray on white, and you can tell it's drawn. Her other book is also that way, which is great. And these are big, heavy books. So her new book, she says it's a grayscale book. Now, keep in mind, her last book here was at least a year, maybe 2 years old. I don't remember exactly, but her Etsy listing states original hand-drawn, but then she says it's grayscale. I'm getting a different vibe of the feeling of this book. It looks to me like it has AI components. Now, I can't say for sure or make that accusation. It's completely different than her other book, which obviously she's saying this is grayscale, but to me, these look like pictures of people. Some of them look like actual pictures that she touched up. Like, I can't tell, but I'm getting a very strong digital, like, AI vibe, and I'm not sure. I believe the main images are probably drawn, but if you look at these backgrounds with all these clouds, this has to be created on a computer. I mean, you can't really draw in, I don't think, that very well. I just don't know. If anyone else knows more, let me know. I do like grayscale, but this, and I love the images, if there's a couple in particular, but I can't help wondering if this is a combo, and I really don't know. Like, I'm wondering what you all think. I don't know if this is a combo of hand-drawn with digital or drawn on a computer with these don't look like they're drawn to me or painted. They look like a wallpaper, background. So I can't help wondering if it's half. The paper is still the same, so thick, and I love her books. But this to me looks so much like a real portrait, like a person, even down to the finger lines. I just hope it's not, because that would be very disappointing to me. And if so, just say so. If I love a picture enough, I'll color it. I don't care how it's done, but it's not what I thought it would be compared to her other books, and I'm not saying I wouldn't buy it again. The book was $30 with shipping. It was $50 because it comes from overseas to the United States. I love this mermaid one, so I'm definitely going to do this for Mer Month, but look at, like, I just don't know. I mean, look at that ship in the background. It's so hard, right? Because there's a difference between AI generated and digitally created. A lot of digital or graphic artists will make art using, like, PowerPoint, Adobe Illustrator, Canva. Like this one, for example. Did she draw a bazillion little leaves in the background? Did she really draw all of those, or is that partly like some kind of a wallpaper put in digitally with her drawings over it? Like I don't know. I mean, AI means that it's entirely done by a software program. She could be hand drawing on a computer, which is digital, you know, art, and with like an illustrator, and putting in elements into the background is what I would suspect. Now, they are still, you know, original. They're not like copies. They're not like 100% just stolen off of clip art or something. You know, and it's still a very nice book. And there are some pictures I would want to color, but this is too real. Look at this gun. The gun, the person. I like her other style better. I like the original book's style better. And it's hard because we live in this digital world where computers and software programs and digital art makes doing any kind of art faster, quicker, easier. It makes for faster sales. I don't know. I guess I'm disappointed because I love her other book too, which is amazing. I did several pictures in there of some bats and bears, and that one even has a touch of light grayscale. This is more grayscale, and I love grayscale coloring. But to me, this looks too digital. I mean, the rocks, this looks to me like, let's look at this. Look at the rocks up close. It looks to me like, a picture, like of something real. So I don't know. I'm still glad I bought it. There are pictures I'm going to do, but I just want you to be aware that her style here is different than the other books, and it's really cool. It's great pictures, but you know, I was surprised. Like I felt that disappointment when I was going through the book. And I felt nothing but thrilled with her last two books. I trust my feeling and original impression instincts. But I don't ever like make accusations for sure, because I don't know anything. I just know what I notice, and I wonder what other people think. And if it even matters, I don't know if it matters. You know, if you see pictures you like to color them. It doesn't matter how they're made. But I'm just getting this feel. You know how on Amazon right now, there's like a bazillion DIY, do-it-yourself coloring books people are doing on Canva and using AI software and slapping a chintzy cover on there. Just like crap are all over Amazon on coloring books. And I've bought a few of those, purchased a few of those, sent them all back because they're clear, like no-namers, AI looking things that this looks better than that, but I'm getting that same vibe. So, and the other question is, another artist was telling me, when they say hand-drawn can be on your iPad with a stylus pen digitally, or an Illustrator when you use a computer software like Adobe Illustrator, with your cursor, which makes drawings. You draw it yourself. That is still considered a hand-drawn. It doesn't mean they're drawing on paper with a pen, like in their hand. And I do believe that could be the case. But then with software programs like Adobe Illustrator or Photoshop or whatever these other softwares are, and I've worked in some of those, you can pull in a bazillion elements to bring your pictures to life, to make them real. Shading, coloring, grayscale background, draw this, add an element, add leaves. So she could be drawing the centerpieces and pulling in backgrounds of things. You know, I don't know. But I do like it, her style overall, but I'm just going to ask her, if she sees this book, please go back to the style of your first two books, because I love them much better, as I know a couple of my friends have seen this too and feel the same way. Just completely different. And I'll show you again, you know, the difference here, right? I mean, there's still some gray. This is like, I thought I would have considered this a light grayscale, but you can see the difference. So yeah, this feels to me like a coloring book. This feels to me like, it feels to me, I'm not saying it is, it feels to me like accumulation of digital things put together, regardless how they got there, in a software program, and printed to color things that are like lifelike from real pictures. I don't know how to describe it. So anyway, I will be coloring the mermaid picture for Mer Month. Again, I'm just doing my honest review because I'm honest. Like, free country, we have freedom of speech. I review products, good and bad. I love the color, but when you feel a crushing disappointment when you see the inside from an artist you've been following for a while, there means something's going on. Like, you got to follow your instincts. Now, again, if you don't mind this style, go for it. I think they'll still look really good with water mediums and markers. It's just different. It's not what I thought it would be. So just beware if you have her other 2 books. So anyway, that's all I wanted to share with y'all. So, anyone who leaves a comment on here trying to attack me for being honest, I'm going to remove that comment immediately, just so you know. So I don't come on here and pretend that every single thing I see is the best thing in the entire world, as someone who is a severe investor of adult coloring products. Like, that's kind of my life. So I want people to believe my opinions. And I'm not making specific claims. I'm telling you what I wonder, what I noticed, and how I would like to know. But those that are going to come on and say, I know her and I swear it is, I was a magazine editor for several years. I actually was editor-in-chief of a magazine. I understand digital art. Like, I know what I see, and I know Adobe Illustrator. I know some of these software programs. And, but these days, there's just so much going on out there in this art and coloring book world you don't know. And I'm not even going to say all digitally created art is bad or all AI is bad. There's a difference between, junk AI and good AI that some artists might be doing partial that and partial digital through their graphic arts and design skills, and graphic design, graphic art is a real art. It does take talent. It's not easy. But I think that artists selling their work need to be very honest and specific about what they're selling, how they made it and blah, blah, blah. Especially if there's a differentiation of their previous line of art. So anyway, I do love the book. I love all of her books. And if you're not even sure if you won't like this one, go buy her other ones. And the other one, I can't remember the name, but it's got like a horse and a black cover, but it's amazing. It's awesome. Incredible. So thanks, everybody. Hope you do discover this amazing artist either way and find something you like.